The girl seemed to have an unusual sixth sense. Right after getting her nails done, a hangnail suddenly appeared on her finger. Something immediately felt wrong, so she told her fiancé to pull over and ran into a gas station to buy a new lighter. It was a habit she had since childhood. Whenever something felt unlucky, she would use small rituals to neutralize it. Only after picking up a coin by the roadside did Rachel feel slightly reassured. But during dinner, she suddenly became anxious again, worried she might one day give birth to a deformed child. Even stranger, a baby she casually drew ended up matching a disturbing logo exactly. Rachel grew more and more frightened, but her fiancé thought she was just stressed about the wedding. With only 5 days left, they were heading to his family's forest villa. Reassured by him, Rachel slowly calmed down, but the closer they got, the more strange things happened. While passing through a long tunnel, they played a breath-holding game. The tunnel turned out to be too long, and they both failed. After that, bad luck kept piling up. When it was Rachel's turn to drive, the new lighter suddenly broke. She had to pull into a remote rest stop, hoping to use the bathroom and calm herself. As soon as she got out of the car, she noticed a snow-covered vehicle. The engine was still running, and when she looked closer, there was a baby inside. In the freezing cold, the child could die at any moment. Rachel told her fiancé to stay outside while she ran into the restroom to find help, but all the stalls were locked. She kept knocking, but no one answered. Through a crack, she saw a red child's shoe, and a chill ran down her spine. Then, a locked stall door slowly opened by itself. Rachel gripped her key tightly and stepped in carefully. Inside was a rotting animal carcass. She ran out holding her breath, only to find there was no cell signal. They decided the fiancé would stay with the baby and break the window if needed, while Rachel would drive to find a phone and call the police. She drove for a long time before finally finding a bar. There was only one waitress inside. Rachel asked her to call the police, but the waitress coldly said a former employee had once hanged herself in that restroom. Rachel grew more uneasy, but the waitress agreed to help. When Rachel went to the bathroom, she felt someone outside the door. Looking up, she saw a pair of eyes staring at her, then disappearing instantly. She then saw a shadow in the glass reflection, and instinctively turned and stabbed at it with her key. But the hand she hit didn't bleed at all. An eerie old man expressionlessly pulled out the key, handed it back to her, and even correctly said she was about to get married, as if issuing a warning. At that moment, Rachel was completely terrified. She ran out of the bar immediately, but when she tried to leave, she saw red writing on her car, "Newlyweds." Panicking, she rushed back to the rest stop, only to find both the car and her fiancé gone. Just as she was about to break down, her fiancé suddenly appeared. It was all a misunderstanding. The baby's parents had gone for a walk after feeling carsick, and after returning, they misread the situation, so he had to apologize. But Rachel only wanted to leave that cursed place. As they passed the bar again, the truck with the red writing was still there. Rachel didn't tell her fiancé what had happened. They drove non-stop and finally reached the forest villa deep in the woods. But the sight made Rachel freeze. The entire luxury estate felt dark and oppressive, with an indescribably eerie atmosphere. The Nicky family was wealthy and influential, but followed many strange rules. The living room was filled with animal taxidermy, even arranged around the family photo. The mounted hunting dog was especially unsettling. They repeatedly warned her never to look into its eyes, or it would be a serious disrespect to the family. Soon, Rachel met Nicky's family. Even stranger, a fixed seat was prepared for her at the table, and the name new sister-in-law was deliberately placed, as if erasing whoever came before her. The entire atmosphere felt unnervingly cold. Then she discovered a love cave deep inside the mansion, filled with decorations that felt both wild and oppressive. It turned out the family had a terrifying past. The great-grandmother was once mauled to death by a black bear, and the great-grandfather, in revenge, ultimately died together with it. At that moment, Rachel noticed a wound near Nicky's eye. She went to the kitchen to get ice, but accidentally overheard the family talking. After hearing about their strange experience on the road, the sister-in-law immediately thought of a terrifying legend. It was Nicky's biggest childhood fear. When he was 8 years old, he once heard a woman screaming in the forest. No matter how he ran, the voice kept getting closer. In the end, he saw a terrifying man, repeating, "I'm sorry," over and over, while brutally hurting the woman. Since then, the story of the apology man spread through the family. They said he came from hell, hunting women in search of his missing wife, trying to collect souls so he could take her back to the underworld. What made it worse was that Nicky's nephew overheard everything behind them. The sister-in-law quickly comforted the child, and quietly reminded him that as long as no blood was spilled, the apology man would not be awakened. Even more unsettling, before going to sleep, the children recited a strange nursery rhyme to Rachel, each line sounding like a warning about that monster. Nicky had heard it since childhood and was already used to it. His older brother was so affected by the trauma that he moved to Europe as as an adult, but Rachel was becoming more and more overwhelmed. Besides fear, she also felt an unexplained sense of familiarity with everything here. Late at night, while alone in her room, she suddenly got a nosebleed for no reason. Just as she felt uneasy, a low, strange noise came from outside the door.